first down. So the first and 10 from the Bulldogs 21-yard line for the Warriors. Very small gain on the play, so we'll call it second and 9.5 for the Warriors. Stick to the acrobatic catch. 15-yard gain. It is going to be first and 10 for the Warriors on the 23-yard line.
They weren't ready for that play at all. I thought Phelps was going to run. I did too. Back to Hill in the flag. And that's the single.
Schweiger with the catch from Phelps. Gain 9. The place is second and 1 from the 14-yard line for the Warriors.
That's a first. Number 3.
Backed with the reception. That's going to be good out for a Warrior. That's right. First and goal from the 8-yard line for the Warriors.
Oh, sir. We want to retry it.
Pass is incomplete. Brings up second and goal. With reception and touchdown, put 6 on the board.
Oh, I don't think we're going to get tested. We're going to get blown out. That's what you said.
Into the win after 10 will be number 33, Jack Bush.
Well, you said I agree.
Statement settles it down and Bush right to the uprights with a go. 4 to go here in the first. It is the Warriors 7 and the Bulldogs 0.
What I have right now is good. Like that? Yeah,
okay. First and Nichols will be back deep for the Bulldogs.
Peter Navola does kickoffs, which is weird. Yeah, but the switch between Bush. Yep. Where's Griffin True, dude? He does kickoffs sometimes. Yeah. But they always have Jack Bush True. And field goal. Yeah, PH. Oh, yeah. Well, it depends on the length. That's weird. Actually, that might be Griffin. Can't tell if it's one before the line. Yeah, that's good.
Senior Noah with the kickoff.
They all hold hands. Do they? Now they're not like that.
This on the return for the Bulldogs. And for the second Bulldog possession, they'll set it up at the 35-yard line.
36.
First and 10 from the 35, 36 will call it.
They beat Burke, no way they don't beat Bilby that. Go 8-1 and get a take it early, I need to shut up.
Out to Burks with the carry, met by several Warriors, bring him down.
Don't want any team for How are they now?
He gets 3 second and 7 from the 38-yard line.
Yeah, but they're going to have to throw it more than they run it. That's out of their comfort zone. Turn the ball like 60-some times.
Third will be touchdown saving tackle. And take us with a big game. First and goal from the 3-yard line for the Bulldogs. And this gets on the board for the Bulldogs.
You can go. Try not to get in your face.
On for the win after number 90, Jason Gutierrez. It's good. Well, 6:50 starting off here in the first. We are all piled up at 7 apiece between your Warriors and the Bulldogs. High school action tonight. Party out in front of Miller North 7-0.
They're really good. And I think Carney's the reason Prep goes 6-3. Really? Yeah. But I think that puts Prep in.
Deal South is up 6-0 over Creighton Prep. Another high school action.
They just have one more option left to go. They're losing right now to Papio South. Yeah, it's early. 7-0 game. Burke was losing the Westside 7-0 with 8 minutes left in the first quarter. That was a lucky play.
Back deep for the Warriors will be number 13, Jaden Coles. And number 22, Parsonage. Along with number 28, Monte Dickerson. making the return. Bringing it out, number 44, Bobby Burke. And for the second possession, the Warriors will be in their own 34-yard line. First and 10 with 6:53 to go here at the first.
They don't want James to touch the ball. I want James to touch the ball at all. I mean, they opened the game with a 98-yarder last night. Yeah. But I mean, Central is so small. Yep. Four? No. That's number 5. Is it a lineman? Probably going backwards. Number 5 is going backwards. Which line? 84. Yeah. Because he plays defense. Hey, where's my announcement, dude?
8-9 for Packers, 2nd and 1. Pass is incomplete, and that'll bring up 3rd down from the 43-yard line.
Give it to Jay. Right there, 1st down. That's all he needed. He's not
Goes with the gain of 3, and with the yardage gained, it's going to be first down, Warriors.
It's going to be another rule. First down. Oh,
Well, 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line for the Warriors.
Maybe. That sounds like the dog.
Both spinning away from the first tackler, but Murray able to put Coles down. And again, loss of 1, 2nd and 11 from the 45-yard line.
James is not going to have a huge game, but he's going to get the yards when they need it. I think that's who they built their game plan on at Burke.
Come on, defense.
Rush defense, they probably worked on it.
Ruben with the reception.
Yes, great.
From Phelps. Gain of 4, 3rd and 7 from the 49-yard line, just shy of the 50 for the Warriors.
We just don't have audio working.
Don't know sound.
Everything but audio.
Probably, is it from this camera?
Yeah. No, it's coming from.
Oh, then yeah, who knows? It went out.
You're going to hit that every.
Pass is headed for Coles, it's incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down
That's what it looks like.
for the Warriors.
The video quality is not great, but it's still and it will get better.
TV timeout. TV timeout.
Thank you for you. You guys want
Okay. They're just going to chill up there in the AC.
Well, don't forget, concessions are open on both sides of the facility here. Phelps Field. Get you a little something to eat or drink
Who's out there?
as we work our way through the first quarter.
87. Hey, Yokel. Sound right?
Kate Hill come on for the punt. James Burke back deep. James Burke, excuse me, back deep for the Bulldogs.
TV timeout. I don't see why they can't get over and focus on something. Like, I don't see why they have to be specific.
is going to set the Bulldogs up at their own 3-yard line.
Safety right here. 9-7. I'm going to try to run it out.
Because they don't want the quarterback dropping back.
Both teams have established run game. It's a matter of which defense breaks down first.
Options.
Get him.
Lost with the reception. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5 from the 8-yard line.
Third down. Third downs are crucial.
Davis with the carry.
I thought it was on.
Stegman in on the tackle for the Warriors.
They're putting it on the 11th. That's what I said.
Along with Trevor Barajas. Third and 3 from the 10-yard line.
Who's your favorite NFL team? It's, oh yeah, that's right. One of those types.
What about you?
Cincinnati, of course.
Timeout, Bulldogs, timeout.
They're down to 1 timeout.
Currently in front of Millard North now 14-0. And again, Creighton Prep 7. Fabio South 6.
I don't know who I just handed the Twitter off to. They didn't know nothing about it. Oh well, I guess.
What did they say?
What?
What did they say?
They said Plotz makes a reception.
If it's a quote by quote, either end zone.
Okay.
This one's Zoom. The forward is Zoom. Thank you for that. Did you want any pizza?
I'll take a piece of you.
What do you want?
I'm good. Yeah, right now I'm good.
Burke's with the carry.
14.
And it looks like he is a little short. So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line for the Bulldogs. Burks again with the carry. Rojas on the tackle for the Warriors.
Did you watch Tackle Talk?
Gain of 5, 2nd and 5 for the 19-yard line.
Trevor Barajas was interviewed.
Yeah, I write the articles so I know what time.
Yeah.
If you go inside the gym, is there any way that you could just like watch the computer?
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything with it. Just watch it.
That's a better view for keeping side.
And if it goes dark or anything, just touch the mouse button.
All right.
So thank you. Oh, and if it...
Burks with a big gain, about 14 yards. And it is going to be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line for the Bulldogs.
That one. Yeah.
Pass intended for loss is intercepted by number 28, Devontae Dickerson, and the Warriors will get the ball.
No, that's a freshman.
At the 29-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors. On the reception from Phelps. Well, with the yardage, it's going to be another Warrior. That's right, 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Segment with the reception. And a gain of about 5 on the reception, so 2nd and 5 from the 44-yard line. Weideman, the intended receiver, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down for the Warriors.
Yes!
11-yard reception for Schreier, and that's going to be another Warrior. First and 10 from the 44-yard line, now in Bulldog territory are the Warriors. Schreier down to the outstretched area. Going to be a incomplete pass. Brings up 2nd down. With the reception and with the yardage, that's going to be another Warrior. That's right, 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line for the Warriors. With the reception on the tackle was Elway. Warriors. 2nd and 19 from the 39-yard line. Incomplete pass for the Warriors. Now we 2nd and 19 from the 39-yard line. 20-yard gain on the play to Schweigert. The broken play works, and it's going to be another Warrior. That's right, 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Warriors. On the carry. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 from the 18-yard line for the Warriors. 1 downs into the first. A good one going here at Phelps Field. Is the Warriors 7, Bulldogs 7. Pass is incomplete for Packett. Brings up 3rd down for the Warriors. Incomplete pass intended for number 84, Kel Whiteman. And that will bring up 4th down for the Warriors. Bring out the field goal unit. Stegman on the carry. Jack Bush on for the 3. Good and through, and the Warriors down another lead with 11:43 to go. It is the Warriors 10 and the Bulldogs 7.
He took my spot.
carry and a great return to the 37-yard line, we'll call it. So the Bulldogs, but it'll be on the play. Holding on the board, Burke Bulldogs, so it'll be first and 10 from the 19. Burke's with the carry, brought down by number 17, Ross, for the Warriors.
And he's really good. He's still at the 19.
8 to 5 is going to be second and 5 from the 24-yard line.
Looks like 23 and a half to me.
Okay. We'll give him the half yard.
And we've now got second down. And timeout's going to be called for Burke. That's the second timeout. That's the third timeout of the half. They're now out of timeouts. Westside still has all three as they lead 10-7, 10:48 to remain in the second quarter. Burke's only score of the game was on a 70-yard bubble screen that they ran on their second possession that tied it up at 7 apiece. But otherwise, Westside has had some big defensive stops in the run game and an interception just a short while ago.
Carney stretching out over Miller North now 21-0.
Like an amazing Sports Center
And
style
a little
play.
extra 15-6 over Papio South.
Which Avante Dickerson, the freshman, picked it off. Now Burke is going to face 2nd and 5. There, toss it. And Burke is still not down. He's going to be taken out.
Burke's in with the carry. Desmond on the stop.
Desmond makes a tackle for Westside there. And now Burke's going to face 3rd and 4. Very manageable yardage at this point. It looks like they're going to pass it from the look of their formation that they've got set up right now. And play action over the middle, and it's caught. That's going to be a first down. Pass is caught. Number 81, Chris Hickman.
Red Current with the tackle, but it's out for a first down. So first and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Just hit the 10-minute mark here in the second quarter.
For the Bulldogs.
And hand off to Burks. Run about 5 yards.
Burks with Aaron Curran in with the stop.
Brett Hearns made the last 2 tackles for Westside. And it's going to be 2nd and short, 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 from the 39-yard line.
For Burke. Westside's been able to do a good job of stopping their run so far, and the quarterback keeper by Chadwick is brought down.
Another nice play by Brett Curry.
That'll bring up 3rd down.
And that's going to bring up 3rd down and about 6.
3rd and 6 will come for a 37-yard line.
And now it looks like they're going to have to try and throw a pass. They've had one good pass play all game. That was a screen pass for about 65 yards. And he was shoestring tackles made around the 5-yard line. Play action.
That's number 7.
And there's going to be a 1st down. Pass is caught by Steven Elor. Great shoot.
And then he went right through the defensive player.
It took about 3 Westside players to get him down to the ground. That's going to put Burke in Westside territory at the 48. 3 wide out to the top of your screen.
Another play action.
And that looks like the same play they ran at the beginning of the game.
To number 5.
Darnell Davis.
Darnell Davis.
Monte Dickerson shaking the block and making the tackle. And a gain of 6, so 2nd and 4 from the 42-yard line.
And the handoff, that's going to be a good run up the right side.
A 7-yard run. They've been able to get that consistently throughout the game.
Westside's done a good job of stopping the run so far. But Burke is just marching their way down the field. Another handoff. Same result. This one looks to be a little bit short of a 1st down, but
it's just too easy. They're able to get 9 or 10 yards every time they run.
James Burks
was
another add into that yardage he has so far this game.
Looks like they're in the same formation as they were last time, too.
And it's going to be the exact same play. This time Westside's got a counter to it. And the tackle is going to be made around the 30-yard line.
That's what we've been needing to do the entire game.
Burke again with Aaron and Nolan Miller-Johnston making the tackle. We're lost on the play. 3rd and 3.
Deuce with the stop.
29-yard line.
This time, so we're going to 3rd and short. A very manageable 3rd and short based on the last few plays Burke's run. And they're going to hand it off again, and Burks is going to get that 1st down, it looks like.
Yeah, they've just been continually getting 1st down after 1st down running the ball.
Burke's been ground and pound the whole drive. He's actually going to be marched short. It's going to be a 4th and 1. This is a big play for the Westside defense. A turnover right here could really change the momentum of this game in the 1st half. And Westside's going to call a timeout, and they're going to talk about what they want to get done. Now, based on the last few plays, it looks like Burke's going to run it again, doesn't it?
It wouldn't surprise me. They've been getting, 6 or 7 yards every single time. I don't know why they wouldn't.
I think now is too risky of a time to throw a pass, even if it is a screen pass, because Westside was able to counter that pretty well last time.
And their pass game has been shoddy at best. I mean, they haven't been able to get anything. We'll see what happens, though.
Coming up on that media timeout around the 5-minute mark. We're at 6:16 here at Phelps Field. 6:16 left to go. Like I said, a defensive stop here would be huge for Westside, because it seems that right now Burke has enough momentum that they're going to score, unless Westside can get a stop right here.
Okay, Getting set up. We got 2 in the backfield. Looks like they're going to run it.
And then bottom of your screen, you got Xavier Watts. And up at the top, 2 wideouts. And then keep an eye on that tight end number 81, Chris Hickman. But it looks like we're just going to look to run the ball, get a first down here, and that's what they do, and that's what they're going to get. Just too much speed going into that line of scrimmage by James Burke. It's going to be just an easy first down for Burke, and they're going to be about around the 23-yard line.
Yeah, we'll see if they continue to run it or if they go back to the pass game. Ran it, and he's sacked for a couple yards. Or not sacked, but tackled for a loss. Looks like they went back about 2 or 3 yards there.
That's the type of play Westside's been trying to make all night. So Burke's got a 2nd and 14, and it looks like they're gonna pass these next 2 plays, or at least I would think so. Got 2 receivers to the top of your screen, and play action dropped. Pass was just out of the reach of the tight end, number 42, Nicholas Henry. And now it looks like Burke's really going to need to pass this time if they want to get that first down. It's like 3rd and 14. Play action again. Westside brings the blitz. Ball's thrown up, and it's
caught on the 1-yard line. And he fought his way into the touchdown.
Chris Hickman. It's hard to stop a guy as big as him, 6'6". Westside had him in double coverage, and they still let up a touchdown. It looked like they had a good read on the play, just thrown a little bit over the hands of that safety end.
Yeah, that seems like it could have been picked really easily. If
yeah,
that was
wasn't much of a strong throw, more of a Hail Mary type throw. And Gutierrez is gonna line up to take the PAT.
Snapped.
Yeah,
and it's good.
With 5:14 to go here before the half, it is the Bulldogs 14 and the Warriors 10.
Westside's got 5 minutes to make a drive here. If they could go into halftime, even within 40, even if they go into halftime right now, they've got a very good shot at coming away with the win. They just need to be close.
They also need to pick up their momentum a little. It seemed like Burke just marched down the field that time.
Not much else I could have done to stop them, just grounding and pounding their way.
Yeah.
Westside will receive the ball to start the second half. So if they do end up scoring a touchdown here, they will have a chance to go up 10 points after their first possession in the second half. And that would be a very, very key thing for Westside to get. Very important. They want to win this game. Westside still has both their timeouts left.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see whether or not they use them.
5 minutes to make a drive.
And
back deep, we have number 13, Jaden Coles. And
Vontae Dickerson up on the top. And
a really short kick. Oh, no. It looks like it was fumbled, and Burke picked it up.
that is going to hurt Westside big time. It looked like Burke wasn't trying to. They didn't want to kick it to Cole, so they went with something short. And a little bit of miscommunication.
Yeah, Westside.
A fair catch looked to be called, and then looks like two players just collided, and he muffed that kick return.
Now, number 17, Trevor Barajas is down. He collided with another Westside player, and it just looked like they didn't really communicate there.
Yeah,
they both went for the ball.
Just a lack of communication, and sort of like in baseball, they just collided, and nobody ended up catching that thing. And now Burke's going to have the ball on Westside's 34-yard line. That is going to be
That's a big momentum shift.
That's a big momentum shift. That's going to hurt Westside a lot.
Yeah.
If Burke is able to convert and score here.
Yeah, like you said, that's just going to give Burke a lot of momentum going into this drive, and they only have 34 yards to cover, and they covered 60 yards no problem last drive.
Barajas is still down. He's got trainers attending to him.
Yeah, this is just never something you want to see on the football field.
Yeah, no matter what team you play for, just somebody getting hurt.
That's never something you want to see.
Hopefully he'll be able to make it out of this okay. I know he's a tough guy.
Yeah.
And
he's
sitting up.
He's up, and
it looks to be, from the look of it, looks like it's going to be some sort of head injury that he's suffering with.
Yeah,
maybe concussion.
Yeah, I don't really want to speculate, but it kind of looks like they're examining in his head.
Again, he doesn't appear to be limping off the field.
They're being very careful with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really never something you want to see.
So now Burke's going to get the ball back at the Westside 34-yard line. The defense
hopefully
back out on the field for Westside.
Hopefully the defense has a little bit more momentum going into this, and hopefully they can stop the run game.
Barajas still making his way off the field very slowly, but I'll try and let you know if he's okay later in the stream. 5:10 to go here in the second quarter.
And first and 10 from the 34-yard line.
One running back
For the Bulldogs.
going into it, which is interesting because
Is that going to be some sort of
throw play? Oh no, draw to number 14 gets 5 yards.
Burke's on the carry.
James Burks gets 5 yards on that play.
Just got so much speed going to that line of scrimmage. It's hard to stop somebody going that fast.
Yes.
And now Burke's going to line up with 4 receivers, one in the backfield.
Your wideouts, play action, pass to number 5, taken down right at the first down line.
Chadwick completed to Davis. Dickerson on the coverage made the stop, but it's not enough. Burke's going to get a first down there, and it's going to put him around the 23-yard line.
First and 10 from the 24-yard line. The Warriors take Bulldogs first and 10.
Bruce got that power formation that they're running, and he wasn't able to make the tackle. Had him racked up in his arms, but just couldn't pull him down to the ground. James Burke is going to move Burke into the red zone.
Gain of 9.
Gain of 9, actually.
14-yard line.
Burke looks to be setting the same formation. They're going to same play, handoff, and
Yeah.
finally bring them down around the 10. There's a flag on the play.
On the tackle.
It looks, it's going to be holding on the offense. That's going to back them up.
Yeah, like you said, it looks like they're just going to stick with what's working. And the run game has been working for them.
And it's going to be holding on the Bulldogs, so that will back them up.
Yeah, Chadwick doesn't seem to be that strong of a passer from what we've seen so far tonight.
And immediate timeout.
I mean, even though he did throw that touchdown pass, that was something that could have been easily picked off. And his screen pass was
Shoddy, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just,
From the 27-yard
you know,
line.
his pass game hasn't really been relevant, but that, you know, they've been sticking with what's working, and they've just been marching down the field on Westside.
yeah, and that's how Burke's still in this game, the run game.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best running back in the state, James Burks. But Jaden Coles can contend with him.
Jaden Coles has around 16 touchdowns on the year.
Yeah, it's been a huge part of the Westside offense.
Really has.
And that penalty is going to back Burke up to a 2nd and 14.
Lincoln on leading Omaha Central 34-0. Another action tonight. Kearney, Miller North 35. Kearney, Miller North 0.
Kearney's beating Miller North 35-0 right now as we speak. And Central's down to Lincoln. What seems to be the same score. So screen pass. And screen pass complete to Darnell Davis. And that's going to put Burke right back into the red zone, back at the 9-yard line.
So first and goal from the 9-yard line for the Bulldogs.
Right here, it looks like Burke is just going to try and run it in.
Yeah, with first and goal from the 9, I don't see why they wouldn't.
Very familiar formation and a very familiar play. He's going to be gang tackled around the 5-6 yard line.
Yeah. That's what they need to do. They just need to surround him and take him down.
Burke's they just look like they're running the same running play, just switching sides that they run it on each time.
And why not? It seems to be working.
Second goal from the 5-yard line.
And then we got 2nd goal. Another handoff for Burke. And James Burke is just going to walk in for his second touchdown of the night. Then now Burke is going to have a chance to go up 11 points on Westside before the half. This is something that Westside really wanted to avoid. But hopefully they can still score here with 3 minutes left, and then they can get another touchdown or another score of some form to start the second half that will keep them in this game.
Yeah, with 6 minutes left in the half, it looked like Westside was going to come out of it looking good and on top. But after that miscommunication, Burke just really taking advantage of it, and that's what they needed to do.
Gutierrez drills the PAT. Now Burke's up 21-10 over Westside. Westside has a lot of defensive adjustments to make in the second half. It'll be interesting to see if these adjustments that they're going to make are going to work, and how Burke's going to combat that, and see if they'll throw. They'll have more throwing plays if Westside's able to shut down Burke's.
Yeah, it would be nice for Westside if they got a field goal. I mean, any sort of score here would be really nice for them, and I think that could give them a little bit of momentum going into halftime. I think that's something that they really need right now. So we got Jaden Coles back this time again I wonder if they'll try to do the same thing and kick it somewhat short and see if they can get somebody else to try to return it.
Yeah, it seems that Westside played the same way. They kicked it short to try and avoid kicking it to James Burks. And they accidentally kicked it to him, it looks like. And remember, it took it for about a 70-yard return, which was called back to a holding. So once again, Burke's going to kick it short, and that ball's going to go out of bounds. And there's your penalty marker. That should give Westside pretty good field position to start this drive.
Yeah, that's big. Anytime a kicker kicks it out of bounds, that's just it's yards that is given to the other team. It's not earned, it's just given.
52 to go.
Westside will start from 35.
We'll stick around at halftime. We got our Warrior Marching Band and, of course, our Varsity Dance Team going to be performing at halftime.
Nice little screen pass to Jaden Coles. And he looks like he stopped 1 yard short, but there's a little bit of an argument after the play over there.
A little extracurricular activity.
Yeah.
And
let's see who's on, though.
Westside looks like they're moving. Yeah, it's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against Burke, and that's going to put Westside into the
and the Warriors will be first and 10 from the 41-yard
Westside really try not to waste timeouts here because they're trying to get the ball back.
Yeah.
They're just ready to go right away as soon as that ball's placed down.
3 wide receivers ready.
Clouds is
scrambling.
Scramble. Make a throw incomplete. It's intended for Swagger.
Intended for Caleb Schweigert, but throw just looked like it was a little bit low.
Yeah.
Looks like we have 4 wide receivers again.
Sides got 4 wide receivers at the bottom, 1 top, and they're gonna pitch it to Coles. Coles he's out of bounds, and man, he just took that hit hard, and it looked like Coles could have been shut down on that play, but he just shut down Bruce player.
For another Warrior.
The truck.
It's getting
and he's out of bounds, so Westside really doing a good job of conserving clock there now.
It is getting a little bit chippy over on that sideline, isn't it?
It looks like it. Clouds.
Alone in the backfield.
Alone.
Jaden Coles for 7 yards.
Nice curl route by Coles. Give him 7 yards, and he's out of bounds again. Westside doing a very good job at conserving clock.
Gator, 2nd and 2 from the 22-yard line.
Westside looks like they're going to have 5 receivers.
They're going for the passing game, especially 2nd with 2. That's kind of surprising.
And by the look of what their formation is, looks like it might be a screen pass to Wiedemann, and it is. And Burke just read that play perfectly. They're going to put Wiedemann back.
Yeah, Wiedemann was taken down there in the backfield and then tackled again.
Pressure down by Gibnot.
Burke just read that play too well.
Loss of 4, so it'll be 3rd and 6 from the 26-yard line.
And it's a 3rd and a very manageable 6.
Especially with the way they've been throwing the ball, that's very manageable.
And they're going to throw it again.
Okay. Incomplete to Caleb Schweigert.
Just can't hold on to it.
That's
like just through his hands.
That is a really tough catch, though, diving for that.
And now Westside is too far out to punt, or too close to punt, and too far out to kick a field goal. So they're going to go for it here on 4th and 6. Clouds alone in the backfield. He's feeling pressure.
Going for it, and he's taken down at the 33-yard line.
Burke only rushed 4 those.
That gives Burke.
They sacked him. That's going to be a turnover on downs.
That gives Burke another 1 minute and 20 seconds to get down to the other end zone.
Yeah, another chance to score. They were out of timeout, so they're going to have to work very fast and play the sidelines now. order to conserve
Yeah.
clock. Burke's in the backfield with Chadwick and hand off.
Sticking with it.
And he's brought down about the 48-yard line, or no,
Yeah,
43-yard line.
James Burks has really been running the ball up and down the field.
Going to be good enough for a first down.
He hasn't really had much, stopping power.
First and 10 from the 44-yard line. Staying with the
Westside in the first quarter looked like they were stopping Burks pretty well, but he just exploded the second quarter. And it's a pass. And no flags can be called.
Pass was attempted to Darnell Davis, and it looked like it was just right above his hands.
Yeah, Packard looked like he broke up that pass pretty well.
He did.
Double coverage. Davis was in. Once Brett Kern came over.
Brett Kern came over and hit as soon as he touched the ball.
Yep. And another handoff. And Parsonage on the stop.
Brought down by Guzman.
Excuse me, Guzman on the stop.
Third and 8 from the 46-yard line.
3rd and 8, and that was a really essential stop there. That can, keep him from going to the end zone.
Now this is a big play for Westside. If they're able to get a stop here, they have to call a timeout. Otherwise, Burke will be able to run all the time off the clock. And Westside's got to stop, and they want to get the ball back and have a chance to score, and they got to call a timeout.
Burks again on the carry.
And it looks like they're just going to head into halftime. So we head into halftime. Burke is up 21-10.
Visiting Bulldogs, 21. Your Warriors, 10. We're going up.
We'll be back in a few minutes to give our thoughts on the first half and talk a little bit about what Westside needs to do here in the second half in order to win this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field your Varsity dance team, performing a pom routine to American Boy. They're excited to perform again this season and love supporting the Warriors.
Give me a pound, put the money in my hand right there. Set up a motor, we need more seats. We just sold out all the floor seats.
Let's hear it for your varsity dance team under the direction of Lisa Butler. Good evening. Tonight, the Warrior Marching Band is joined by the Westside Middle School 8th grade band. The 8th grade band spent the morning here at the high school learning some basics of marching band. Tonight, the combined bands will be performing Shut Up and Dance. The Warrior Marching Band Contest Show for 2017 is entitled Bent. Bent is a show that bends the minds of audience members and judges alike. The use of glissandos, harmonic modulations, and bent body movement will help to communicate the theme of the show. Tonight, we will be performing our full competition show. Our soloist during the first movement of the show is senior alto sax Grace Calderon, and our solos during the second movement of our show are sophomore flute Angela Lee and sophomore clarinet Reese Pike. Westside High School is proud to present in exhibition drum majors Jill Tucker, Grayson Becker, and Ellie Sadler, and the 2017 Westside High School Marching Warrior Band.
About 3 minutes here until we resume play in the second half. Westside down 21-10 against #1 ranked Burke. Tonight it has been all Burks.
Yeah, Burks has really, I don't know, in the second quarter he just started running and he didn't stop. Every single play he was getting more than 4 yards.
Yeah, James Burks has about 97 yards tonight. Westside, on the other hand, Jaden Coles is a single digits, I think. I believe he's single digits. Westside, most of their yardage coming from pass plays. And even their pass plays, they've had a couple big drops that really could have changed the momentum of the game.
I mean, like, Jaden Coles has had a big game all the games in the past, and just this week, Burke has been able to stop him.
And now Westside needs to stop Burke in the second half, as
they need to stop Burke and Burks in the second half. But, I mean, just the run game in general right now. They're giving it to anyone, and they're going to get multiple yards.
And it just seems like they're running the same 2 plays over and over again. Burke has not taken much of a chance at throwing anything downfield.
Anything other than their 30-yard reception that was almost picked off.
It was a scrambling away, Hail Mary throw. It's caught about the 3-yard line, and
yeah, that was...
Chris Hickman was able to find his way in.
That one just kind of seemed crazy. It just seemed like that could have been picked off, or it just could have been batted down. It just seemed like it went right over their heads. Yeah, so we'll see what happens and see what adjustments they make in the second half. But they're definitely going to need to make a couple adjustments.
Westside has about 138 yards, I believe. Swagger.
They really need to pick it up in the second half and come back from an 11-point
1-point deficit.
Yeah, 1-point deficit. That's not something that's easy to come back with, especially when all the momentum is going to Burke, and maybe halftime was the break that they needed to come back from it.
Burke has a very different play style that Westside has not seen this year. Westside has been used to a more threatening offense in the way of taking shots downfield and looking to make big plays for big yardage. Burke has just been throwing screen pass and grounding and pounding the ball. Not very many big plays, but they're eating time off the clock and they're marching down the field.
Yeah, they are. And Burke, I mean, they play different than any team Westside has played, and they're just a higher caliber team than any other team Westside has played. Westside has pretty much been able to march through everybody that they've been playing, except for Prep in the first game.
Well, that game ultimately came down to some turnovers that Westside made, and they still scored 41 points.
Yeah, I mean, their offense has been relevant in every single game.
Except for tonight.
Yeah, except for in the first half tonight. I'm sure that's what they talked about, though, during halftime, and we'll just have to see if they pick it up. I'm sure we're going to see a couple more carries from Jaden Coles in the second half. Trying to get him going.
Hopefully he can find some open green and pick up some yardage.
Out of anybody on the team, he sees holes, I think, in the best by far. Yeah. We'll just have to see what happens, though. See if they continue with passes or if they'll go to more of a running offense.
If you're not already following Westside Wired on Twitter, they are tweeting out
live updates
of the game and all games.
Yeah, they're able to go do the away games where sometimes we are not able to.
So go ahead and hit them up on Twitter.
Give them a like on Twitter for sure. They do a lot of good work, and They've been putting stuff out there. Yeah.
So far tonight.
Also, if you haven't, go ahead and click the subscribe button on Warrior Television YouTube channel. We're going to try to put out a game every week for live stream, and then they update their own videos as well.
So far, Westside, their 10 points has come by the way of a field goal by Jack Bush and a receiving touchdown by Schwaggart. So
Caleb Schwaggart has been a big influence on the offense
so far tonight. Now Jaden Coles needs to step up in the second half if they want to knock off this number 1 team.
Not only tonight either, though. He's been a big part of the offense the entire year.
I mean, the only game I've seen him shut down was the prep game.
Yeah, and that was the opening game, and there's a lot of nerves in that game.
He was shut down that game pretty well, and a lot of the scoring came by Jaden Coles, and Cal Whiteman even had a touchdown.
A lot of the scoring on the season has come from Jaden Coles with his 16 touchdowns.
He needs to make it 17-18 tonight if Westside wants to have a chance to win. This has been Westside's first real test since the season opener against Prep. Westside deferred after winning the toss, and
they will be receiving the ball.
Now Burke's going to be kicking off to Westside. The last 2 kickoffs Burke have been to avoid giving Jaden Coles the ball, as he's taken, I think, a couple back to the house on kickoffs. Westside's played the same game with James Burke, so let's see if they're actually going to kick it to him this time.
Yeah, Jaden Coles took the first kickoff of the game back for a touchdown while they were playing Central last week.
And
that ball went to number 12, Joe Stegman. 12. Correction, number 22, Sam Parsonage.
Parsonage with the return, and the Warriors will begin at their 29-yard line.
So Westside's going to begin at 29, 1st and 10 for them. Off to Coles to start the second half. He's got room on the side, and he's got a big gain to start. This is what he's been needing to do all night. A gain of about 15 to start the second half. Yeah. Westside, that's the type of plays that they need to make.
Coles will be carried.
They'll be
That's going to be another Warrior. That's right. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line.
Schwaggart, a threat tonight for Westside. He's been lined up at the bottom of your screen.
Yeah,
and
like
Coles is going to get another handoff, and there he goes. Again, about 13, 12 yards.
Yeah,
and that's back-to-back double-digit yard runs for Jaden Coles.
Jaden Coles is just a rocket, and he sees a hole, he takes it, and there's not stopping him. You know, that's 2 big, big gains from him, and I expect to see a lot more coming. Going right back to him.
And there's a big play by Joseph Stegman on the reverse. That's going to put Westside about the 25-yard line.
Yeah,
and now 3 plays. They've gained about 40, 50 yards.
Yeah, they had me faked out there, and they gave it to Joe Stegman. He found a hole, and he ran.
Westside, this is the intensity they want in their offense. And they've been trying to have it all night. Burke's been able to shut them down so far, but Coles is going to get a handoff, and he's got nowhere to go this time.
He's still picked up, though. Looks like a yard and a half. Yeah. See if they continue running or if they go for a pass this time.
Formation.
Driving back for a
And
pass,
it's
screen pass to Jaden
flat.
Coles.
Coles is going to stiff arm. He's got a chance. He's inside the red zone and
Stepped out of bounds on the 7-yard line. That's still an incredible play by Jaden Coles.
now Westside is moving. This is what their offense needed to do in the first half. They've started to come alive here in this.
You know, this is what we've seen from their offense in the past couple of games. I think this is what we're going to see happening in the second half.
First to goal from the 7-yard line.
Westside, be surprised if they threw it here. Jaden Coles is slips up. It's about the 10-yard line.
Just looks like he saw number 42 breaking through the line there and just tried to adjust and he just slid.
Run. Moss 2, so first to go from the, second to go from the 9-yard line.
Now Westside, second to go from the 9.
Stop.
They've got 3 receivers. Phelps is going to throw. He scrambles to his left. Lobs it up. Pass interference is going to be called.
That'll be interesting.
And they are... Burke is struggling to keep Schweigert on lockdown, and in order to do so, they're going to have to hold his jersey. They're going to have to make a couple of legal plays.
That call still, though, to me, it did not look like Schweigert was getting there, whether or not the pass interference was actually called.
Yeah,
it looked like it was uncatchable.
Well, in the ball looked to be in the vicinity, and it was when he was cutting back, like a little bit of the jersey was grabbed there, and a little bit of holding him back, which is illegal. So now Westside is at 2nd and 4. And Cole's barreling towards the end zone.
Looks like
if he's not in, he's going to be about third and 1.
Third and inches, actually.
3rd and inches.
Yeah, it looks like he barely missed out on the touchdown.
Westside really needs to score now.
Yeah, they just have to punch it in here. No, nothing fancy, just, jumping over the line, getting it in the end zone any way possible.
And they do so. Westside is going to make it 16-21 here on the first drive of the second half.
Matthew Gurnett just punched that in. That's what they needed to do. Nothing fancy, just putting it in the end zone.
2 minutes, 42 seconds elapsed during this drive. Now Jack Bush is going to come on to attempt the PAT.
We bring in Jack Bush, Fuller Joe Stegman for the point after attempt.
Actually, Westside's going to go for 2 here.
Phelps is back.
And he fakes the throw.
So he's running.
He's got a chance
and he's in the end zone.
Fox is going to score. Now it's 18-21. Westside's pulled this one in 3 points. And if Westside would have just been able to score at the end of the first half, this game would be looking a lot different right now.
Yeah, 18-21, they're within field goal range now. And that's crazy. Coming back from that lead and then getting that 2-point conversion is really big for them.
So now Westside's going to kick off, and the last few kicks they've had have been short in order to avoid giving it to James Burke. And if they do that, they could avoid giving up a potential touchdown return. Burke was able to turn one for about 70 yards in the first half, but it was called back by a holding penalty as Burke lines up to defend what might have been an onside kick that they were expecting. But now Westside's had to kick it, and it's high and short to avoid giving it to Burks. Muffed. Westside's going to recover the ball. or they didn't get it. It's going to be Burke ball at the 30-yard line. A missed opportunity for Westside. Very close to getting that ball back. In very good field position. Field position if Westside would have got that ball back. That was exactly the type of play they're looking for. They just didn't get the result they wanted. So now Burke's offense will go to work here. And we'll see the adjustments Westside's made. And so far, they plugged the holes that were available in the first half. Burke's is still able to get a gain of about 5. He goes back to the left. You see the right side is not open. Chadwick in the backfield, and the flag is going to be called. False start against Burke, and that's going to back him up. So now we have second and 11 for Burke, and it's third and 11 for Burke. Second and 11. Excuse me.
Second and 11 from the 30-yard line.
From the 30. So, 2 plays to convert for Burke. And another false start is called. The frustration from Burke coaches in the booth next to us. And now it's going to be second and 16.
From the 25-yard line.
So it looks like James Burks is going to be done running. It seems like it. If they want to get this first down, they've got a long way to go. So it looks like a few pass plays might be thrown here. Burke's got 2 receivers. And screen pass. Westside there to stop it. Westside's going to bring him down. And then gang tackle. What a perfect read that was. Joe Stegman.
Yeah. Stegman initiated the contact there. He just held him and let other people tackle him.
Darnell Davis had nowhere to go after that throw was completed.
Yeah, there's not much you can do when you have 3 people coming at you.
And now it's pretty much third and a mile for Burke. Third and 17.
Yeah, this will be a big play if they can get a first down here.
Westside has a lot of momentum at this point. Burke's going to throw the ball. They've got 4 wideouts. And actually, they're going to run it, and he is nowhere close to making that first down. So, the punt team is going to come onto the field. Westside's going to get the ball back.
Yeah,
About 7:15 left here in the third quarter.
Number 64, Jerry Harwood, just kind of forced him out of bounds there. There was nothing else he could do being chased. Yeah, there's not much you can do when you're being chased in every direction.
So Swaggart is back around the 40-yard line to return the punt.
It was bounced to the punter.
And kick is short. He's going to let it bounce. He looked like he was going to pick it up off the bounce and try and take it for a couple yards, but he doesn't. And Westside's going to start at their own 39.
39-yard line.
So the first 5 minutes of this second half has been exactly how Westside drew it up.
Yeah, it's been all Westside in the second half with not much of a response from Burke.
I mean, after that first drive, it took about 2.5 minutes for Westside to score.
Yeah.
Burke gets restricted by a couple penalties, have very limited options, and now Westside's going to take over. Chance to take the lead or tie it with a field goal.
Hand off to Jaden Coles.
Coles has got a lot of room.
Coles found a hole.
And he's still going.
Through the outside. That was nice 23-yard run from Coles. He found a hole and he bounced. And then he had a nice juke move around the 45 and got an extra 5-10 yards out of it.
So now Westside is into Burke territory.
That's right. First and 10 from the 41-yard line.
Yeah, they broke into Burke's
High
territory.
formation, hand off to Coles. Coles going to go up to the left. And he breaks it.
I mean, that's,
Stiff arms. And he's going to get about 5 yards in that play.
it's still pretty easy for him to get 5 yards out of that play with not much space. He's kind of looking like Burke did in the second quarter.
38-yard line.
Jaden Coles went from single-digit rushing yards in the first quarter to being a big part of the offense as he's been in previous weeks. And Phelps was going to throw.
Taken down after the play there.
Had no receiver to throw to, very limited options. And it looked like he was looking for Cal Weideman, who had beaten his man. So now this brings up 3rd and 7 for Westside.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what they do here because they've had a lot of success running it with Jaden Coles, but 3rd and 7, you'd have to think that a pass would cross their mind.
And that's what you get. Burke brings pressure. Phelps shakes it off, drops the ball. And now they're going to be forced to punt. Not the outcome that they wanted.
They got really good field position and moved to 20 yards on one run, and then they were just held up there.
Now what's that punt?
For the punting.
Good punt will pin Burke within their own 10. And this looks like a good punt by Westside. It's going to put him about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that's a great punt, putting him on the 5-yard line.
Two great punts now tonight. One ended up around 3, one ended up around 5.
Yeah, it's very difficult to go 95 yards across the field, and not many teams can do it consistently. So that's really good.
Westside can force a stop here, they'll get good field position to score again.
Yeah. If they do not allow a first down here, that would be great. Pitch, the backfield.
Burks has nowhere to go.
Got about 3 or 4 yards out of that. That's what Westside needs to do. They need to confine him to 3 or 4 yards every time if they can't stop him at the line of scrimmage. And sophomore number 15, Grant Taggy, was leading in on that tackle. It's like a timeout.
And we've got a media timeout here at the 5:05 mark. Westside trails Burke
18-21.
Just fixed our score. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
18-21. Westside trailing Burke here. 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, they've come out with a lot of speed, and seems like things are going their way right now. So, see if Westside can continue and get in the lead.
Tonight is the Eureview National High School Football Game of the Week. It's also being broadcasted across Cox.
Yeah, across nationwide from Cox. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty impressive that it's the the national game of the week from Cox, and it is two very good teams, playing. There backfield.
2nd and 6. Burke from the 9. I'm going to change the play. 10 seconds left in the play clock. And it's a handoff to Burks. Burks has got room.
Looks like he got...
And he's got the first down.
Yeah, he cleared the first down marker by about 5 yards there. And it looked like he was going to be stopped, and then he just kept going.
He's had a lot of yards after contact.
Yeah. That's something that we've seen from him a lot tonight, is he's hit and he just keeps going, no matter what. Handoff.
Burke gets it again, and it's not long before he's tackled around the 25.
That still took, though, 4 people to tackle him.
Yeah, it's hard to bring somebody down when he's coming that fast at you. He hits the line of scrimmage just like Jaden Coles with a lot of speed.
Yeah. It seems to be like he's kind of running at people right now, and he's still getting a lot of yards after the point of contact.
And the penalty marker is going to be
First
called.
15 around the 16
False start again on Burke. That's something they struggled with all night. That's going to back him up 1st and 15 now from the 16
Yeah,
yard line.
for what is supposed to be the best team in Nebraska, they sure do struggle with penalties. Tip pass.
And the tip pass still going to be caught by
Yeah, that was caught around the line of scrimmage by number 14.
James Burks. And Westside able to tip that. It's very huge. It's not very many defenders around Burks during that play.
Yeah.
That was again sort of a panic throw by
He had a lot of linemen
Chadwick.
coming at him.
Play action. Chadwick throws down the sideline. Pass tipped and
It was tipped by
almost intercepted.
tipped by number
Team
15.
Grant Taggy making a play to tip that.
Yeah, he's
And almost tipped it to a teammate, but just out of the arms. Just so close. Now it brings up 3rd and 15. A huge play. This could give Westside.
There's another penalty marker on the field.
Let's see what this call is. This could be huge for Westside, or this could hurt him very badly.
Can't see what they called. Seem to be talking to the lineman right now.
The line.
Penalty is declined, brings up 3rd.
And it looks like it was I think it was a personal foul call, declined. Brings up 3rd and 15. It's a huge play for Westside defense right here. If they're able to get a stop, this should give Westside good field position and a chance to score before this 3rd quarter comes to a close. And Burke is going to hand it off to Burke, who's still going and is finally brought down
Yeah, it's
around the 30, and now Burke is going to be forced to punt.
Yeah. That should give Westside very good field position going into the next drive.
4th and 10 from the 21-yard line. And that'll bring on the punting unit for the Bulldogs.
So Swagger stands around the 50-yard line, waiting the return.
Clayton Young Painting on for the punt.
And Burke is going to call a timeout.
2:49 left on the clock.
Now delay game.
Correction.
Bulldogs.
Delay game by Burke. That's going to back him up even further.
Passed it. Schweigert's still standing around the 50-yard line now. Kick is out.
And punt is right to Doesn't fair catch, he's going to return it. And he's going to get to about the 40 before he's tripped up. Westside's got good field position for this drive and a chance to score.
And the Warriors will begin in Bulldog territory. 1st and 10 at the 40.
First and 10 at the 40. This gives Westside very good field position going into this drive, and hopefully they should be able to come out of it with at least a field goal, something to tie them or put them ahead against Burke. Fake handoff to Jaden
Play
Coles.
action, and Phelps is going to run. Ooh, and a big hit delivered. But he'll get a gain of 5 there.
Potts on the carry.
Yeah.
Heinrich in on the tackle. Gain of 6. It's going to be 2nd and 4 from the 34-yard line.
Yeah, 3 wide receivers.
Calls on the center, gives it to Coles. Coles has nowhere to run. And this is going to bring up 3rd down and about 4. So, Westside can either throw the ball or run the ball here. Each one seems pretty manageable in how they've been playing the second half.
Yeah, I would expect good results from either.
No gain on the play, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, 4 yards seems like a pretty easy, just a nice little run, but the pass has been working for them in the second half, so interesting what they see.
The Burke fans are getting pretty loud here. They need a big stop. And the penalty's called.
Penalty on the play. It's
going to back Westside up. And a false start. That is going to hurt. Now Westside looks like they're going to run that play. And now
39 is tough to run with. I think they're going to need to go with a pass here.
39, thank you.
And 3rd down on the 39-yard line. Push passes.
Phelps has got Schwager, who just drops it again. He has had a rough night tonight.
Yeah, when Schwager's hands turned around, the ball's already coming. It's really tough to catch, but it's something that sometimes is expected to be made.
I mean, this seems just very unlike him. He's made big plays all throughout the season, and
he had a Sports Center like play last week against Central with a one-handed catch. That was pulled back, but it was still an amazing play.
Now Westside's going to punt, and another flag's going to be called. It's going to back him up even more. Now the Burke fans are getting really into this game, because they realize Westside is threatening here in the 3rd quarter. About 1 minute left to play.
Around the 44-yard line.
James Burks is back to receive the punt. Westside's going to look to kick it somewhere he isn't. And a timeout's going to be called by Westside.
Timeout, Warriors, timeout.
Was that 87 back to punt that? That is Cade Jokum, who's listed as a tight end and a linebacker.
Might have been. .116 left to play, 4th and 14 from Westside. From Burke's 44-yard line, so a punt here does seem like a good option.
Yeah, we can pin them, within the 10 if we get a good punt here.
And then if we get another stop like they did last game,
Creighton Prep leading.
or last drive,
Phelps Field 21-6.
this could really be beneficial. So it is Cade dropping back to a punt. This is listed as a tight end.
We apologize for the shaking of the image. Burke fans are a little bit rowdy tonight, and they're shaking the image.
They're shaking the bleachers. And the fair catch is going to be called about the 15-yard line.
And Burke calls for the fair catch. At the 17
that's not quite the field position where we want them to be in. It's still pretty deep, but with most punts you can get a little bit further back, especially when you're punting from that close.
So Westside's defense is back on the field. Chadwick is going to pass on first down, and that pass is going to be incomplete. Just out of the arms of Chris Hickman, the tight end. Bring up 2nd and 10.
Pass intended for Hickman, incomplete.
Yeah, he was tightly covered there by number 15, Grant Taggy. And honestly, that pass was just a little bit too far. If it was a little bit closer, that could have been intercepted.
Yes, it could have been. So Burks is going to get the handoff, and he's going to go down. And he's got nowhere to run.
Yep, 3 players just took him down.
Not much space to work with.
Burke's on the carry.
And this will bring him 3rd and 8.
Statement.
Third and 8. I wonder if they'll go back to a pass here. See if they can get it to work.
Seems like they will. Darnell Davis is at the bottom, and that pass is going to be complete for a first down. Stephen Elo. He had nobody near him.
The nearest defender took him down, but there really wasn't much near him for that pass. He really didn't have any pressure.
First down. 42-yard line is what was set up. First and 10. They can clock countdown. 21.
So that brings up 1st and 10 on the 42 with 15 seconds remaining. Looks like they're just going to let the clock wind down.
So we will head to the 4th quarter of play. Burke's got the ball at their own 43. They're up 21-18.
42, Miller 0. Lincoln I-41 over Omaha Central. Then Central 41-0. And Creighton Prep stretching out their lead 28-6 over Capio South. Here at Phelps Field. As we begin the 4th quarter here soon, it is the Bulldogs 21 and your Warriors 18.
This is going to be the point where you see what both of these teams are made of. You're in the 4th quarter. It's a 3-point game. It's 2 of the top teams in the state.
This should be a test of heart for the 2 teams and see who really has heart and who doesn't. Westside's, one of their only close games was against Creighton Prep, and they lost it in the 4th quarter.
On a last-second play.
Yeah, so see if that'll inspire them a little, and they'll come out strong in the 4th quarter, and they won't give up a lead, or they'll take over the lead, and then they won't give it up.
They have had a major improvement in defense since that first game. A lot of work has been put in towards improving that defense.
Yeah, the defense has looked better, and they've, done a pretty good job of stopping Burke's very good offense.
Burke leads the high school state.
The state, yeah.
Leads the state in scoring. 266. Westside follows with 247, not including the points both teams have put up tonight.
And they both had very good running backs who are essential in their offense and who have had a lot of points for them.
A little bit of confusion among the referees to start the fourth quarter. Ball was placed. Looks like the ball was spotted wrong. So now, ball on the 42-yard line for Burke.
With one running back.
And off to James Burks, and he is stuffed. Or no. No, he's going to score.
Oh, wow.
I could
happened there?
barely miss that. It looked like he was stuffed in the backfield, and then he just kept going. He did not let anybody take him down, and now Burke is now 27-18.
From what it looked like, he looked like he was stopped at the line of scrimmage, and then he just kept going.
He let nothing take him down there.
Yeah, it's not easy to see. Number 90.
Gutierrez to attempt the PAT. This will make it a 10-point game. And he
Puts it through the uprights.
So 11:49 left in the fourth quarter.
And the Bulldogs stretch things out 28-18.
Yeah, it's a 10-point lead, and that's a lot, especially in the fourth quarter, but it's certainly achievable by Westside.
Not the start Westside wanted in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, definitely not. I mean, nobody wants to start the fourth quarter off with,
60-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, that's something you never want, but especially going into the fourth quarter, only trailing by 3, and now it puts it up to a 10-point lead for Burke.
Still very manageable. Westside has already scored once this half. Burke has also scored once.
Yeah, but they still have 11 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock, but they're going to have to be smart with their timeouts and with their plays. I mean, they're going to need, it's a 2-drive game, they're going to need a lot of points and not a lot of time.
So Jaden Coles is back deep to receive. Last time Burke kicked off, they avoided it and kicked it to Sam Parsonage.
Let's see if they try it again.
Looking to avoid giving Coles the ball, who is a very
deadly
threat on this kick return. And they're going to kick it short. Westside catches it. And not much room for Stegman to go.
Yeah, number 12, Joseph Stegman there. Just got a gain about 5 because there really wasn't much he could do. He had people coming at him in every which direction.
First and 10 from the 38-yard line for the Warriors. Creighton Prep 28, Matthew South 12.
So Jaden Coles and Dylan Putz in the backfield.
Westside will start from their own 39. Shovel pass to Coles. Coles has got a few yards and still going.
Schweigert with the block.
50.
It's like he got close to the first down marker there.
Coles on the carry.
They haven't just passed the first down. And now we move the chains.
And now they're into Bulldog territory.
Into Bulldog territory. First and 10 from the 49-yard line.
About to drop back. He's going to throw deep. He's got a man. And that's
incredible catch from Joe Stegman. That is an incredible catch and pass.
And that is a huge play. That's going to put Westside in the red zone. And now Westside's building up some momentum here.
Yeah, that's a big momentum shift there. And they just need to punch this thing into the touchdown now.
That's right. Push to 10 from the 17-yard line.
Yeah, they just need to put the ball in the touchdown now.
Punch into the end zone. Pass thrown and
Incomplete.
could have been intended for
number 3 or number 12.
That's intended for Lamb.
Dylan Brookman or Joe Stegman.
It was Nick Lamb. Nick Lamb, number 8. So Cloud is going to throw, pass deflected. Deflected by Chris Stegman. And it's 3rd and 10 from the 17. Westside wants to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, that would be very good for them to get a touchdown here, but even if they get a field goal, that'll still put them within scoring position of Burke.
Put them within a score of Burke. Fox is going to scramble. Still throws it.
Interception.
That's the intercepted by.
Looks like a Burke player went down on the play. From the looks of it, it looks to be a cramp and they're stretching it out.
Now it just looked like the wrong decision by Clouds. He had a couple yards in front of him to make it an easy field goal. Was looking for the end zone and just
It's going to be 1st and 10.
let it go. Didn't end up going the way he wanted it to.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be placed on the 1-yard line here. And they have to go another 99 yards for a touchdown. So he got about 3 yards there on the carry. He was just diving for every inch that he possibly could.
Grenett with the tackle on first. Gain 2, 2nd and 8 from the 3.
So we have 2nd and 8 from the 3. Another handoff. And he's taken down around the 8-yard line.
First again with the carry.
Yeah, so it should be 3rd and a couple of yards here. And from the looks of it, I assume that they're going to run it again and just go for the 1st down. They have a pretty demanding lead right now. And with only 10 minutes left on the clock, I assume they're going to take as much time as they can. We're going to hand off again. And it looks like he was just a little bit short of the 1st down line.
Burke's out and carry.
Yeah, the refs are deliberating over whether or not it's a 1st down. And they're going to bring out the chains. And it looks like it's going to be short of the 1st down. Yeah, it's going to be 4th and inches here. Yeah, it's just a couple inches off from the 1st down.
And the Bulldogs are short. It's going to be 4th. And not much more than about 2 inches.
Number 9, Matthew Gurnett, is back to receive.
Burke fans weren't happy with the decision to punt. It was 4th and inches. And there's a short kick out of bounds. Not a good kick by Burke. That's going to give Westside excellent field position.
Yeah, that's right around 35 yards there. That gives Westside great field position and an opportunity to score and not take much time off the clock.
They've got to be smart about the decisions they make here.
Yeah,
they've already had a chance to score in this 4th quarter, and they weren't able to convert.
Yeah, so it's right around the 25-yard line, actually. That gives Westside, again, amazing field position. And you'd think that they'd be able to score without taking too much time off the clock, don't you think?
Yeah. So, Coles will get the handoff. Reverse to...
Oh, and he caught it!
And
number 5.
Dylan Packett almost with the score.
It's called out of bounds, though, at the 9-yard line.
So Westside hands the ball off to Coles, who flips it to Brett Curran on the trick play, throws it to Packett, who's out of bounds at about the 9-yard line. Was very close to getting into the end zone, but I mean, a lot of trickery here, and that was a very dangerous throw by Curran, but it paid off.
That's what Brett Curran is, the backup quarterback. So that fumble there, but picked up by number 10, Dylan Phelps. He's kind of late on it.
Yeah, Coles hit, fumbles the ball, Phelps fumbles it right back to Phelps, and Phelps just pounces on that thing.
There's not much you can do with those fumbles except for just lay on them and grab them. I mean, honestly, there's nothing much you can do with them.
So, 2nd and 13 for Westside. They're going to pass. And
it's just a rushed pass by number 10, Dylan Packett. Or not Dylan Packett, I'm sorry, Dylan Plouts.
Plouts rushes the pass, receiving pressure from Chris Hickman.
And brings up 3rd and goal from the 13-yard line.
And now it's 3rd and 13. Westside should be able to take a field goal. And that'll put Westside within score. But they look to get into the end zone here. Hickman rushes again.
Right over,
and the flag is on the field. Clock is hit as he throws.
There's a flag on the field. See what it is.
And it's going to be on Westside.
Ineligible
receiver downfield was called.
So Burke will decline it.
And the Arca declined it, so it's going to be 4th and goal from the 13-yard line for the Warriors.
And out comes the field goal unit. Jack Bush is going to attempt to put Westside within a touchdown. The sophomore kicker. I don't think he's missed this year.
Sophomore kicker, number 33, Jack Bush. With number 12, Joe Stegman holding.
About a 30-yarder. And Bush nails it.
And it is good. There was no questions about that one.
It is 21 for the Warriors, and the Bulldogs 28 with 8:42 to go here in the fourth.
So now Westside 21, Burke 28. 8:42 left in the fourth quarter. And if Westside will play it the way they played it all night, they're going to look to kick it something short and try and get the ball back like they almost had after they scored at the beginning of the second half. That would give Westside a chance to tie the game up if they do end up getting the ball back. But still, 8:42, a lot of time. Westside has 2 timeouts. Burke has 3. This has been one of the biggest game Burke's played as well. Besides their Creighton Prep game, Westside looks to be their biggest challenge so far this year. And this is a Westside team that's very capable of going far in the state playoffs.
For the kickoff.
So Novoa will kick it. Burke spreads out. There were turners this time. And James Burke is accompanied in the backfield, and the short kick does not work out for them. It does not work out at all. Javon Vincent takes it back, and now Westside is going to come out of going to have to crawl out of a 2-touchdown deficit. It looked like Vincent might have stepped out on the return, but no call was made.
Jason Gutierrez on for the point after.
Now Gutierrez will attempt the PAT. Just an unfortunate thing to happen to Westside. They had a good chance of tying the game up, and just like that, Burke scores. So Gutierrez makes the extra point.
The change there, 8:22 to go. It is the Bulldogs 35, your Warriors 21.
I think it is not much time elapsed during that Burke score, so Westside still has 8.5 minutes to make up this 2-touchdown deficit. Their offense has, besides the interception plows through, their offense has been looking much stronger in the second half than they have in the first half. And for the most part, they've been able to shut down Burke pretty well. So Westside will line up to receive the kick.
And then Creighton Prep, Matthew Southgate, 8:35 to go. Prep leading 35-12.
Prep looks to kick it, or Prep won tonight, but Burke looks to kick it short.
Yeah, they haven't kicked anything long yet today.
They don't want to give it to Jaden Coles, who can do just what Burke did. And instead, they're going to kick it.
Looks like almost another...
Sam Parsonage touches the ball, but takes it back up, and he steps out of bounds.
It looked pretty close to another miscommunication from Westside on the kickoff.
That would not have been good.
As we can see from last time, number 17, Trevor Barajas, was injured. We haven't received any information on him, but we're hoping for the best.
So the Westside offense will make its way out on the field.
Yeah, they're coming onto the field with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game.
Plouts is alone in shotgun.
Goes back.
Burke brings rush. Plouts throws. Pass incomplete. thrown above the hands of Dylan Packett. Looked to be intended for Jaden Coles.
It was right in between those two. It was too short for Jaden Coles and too far for Dylan Packett.
Too high.
Yeah.
Too high.
Okay.
Thoughts will run.
As we'll pass to Jaden
Pass to
Coles.
Coles. Coles is going to get a first down. Coles has got more.
He just separated those
And
two defenders.
He's out across the 40-yard
To
line.
the 41-yard line, a gain of 15. That'll mean another Warrior.
That's another first down from Jaden Coles.
That's right, first and 10 from the 41-yard line.
We didn't see many of those from him in the first half, but in the second half he has really picked it up.
Yeah, he's been a huge playmaker in the second half for Westside.
Really has.
So Clouds is going to scramble to his right. He's going to throw it downfield. Passes way complete.
Yeah, it looked like he didn't have any other options, and he didn't want to get sacked, so he just threw it out of bounds.
And Burke has been ringing a
Passes incomplete, brings up second
lot
down
of
from
pass
41-yard
rushing
line.
these last few possessions. This Westside offensive line is getting pretty tired out there. Clouds coming by Coles in the backfield, play action. Pass complete.
To number 3, Dylan Brugman.
Brugman's got a very short gain.
Yeah, it looked like the pass was completed for about 3 yards.
And bring up
Third
37.
with the reception. 3rd and 7 from the 44-yard line.
Now Westside has a big play. They need to convert here. Cox is going to throw.
A lot of time back there.
He's got Swagger.
Just over top.
And overthrew him.
Yeah, it still looks like it's getting a little bit chippy down there. Number 8 on Burke pushed Caleb Schweigert after the play. And it's been chippy all game.
It really has. Joseph.
A lot of excitement from 2 of the top teams in the state.
So Westside's going to punt here. James Burks is back to return the kick.
Okay, no commit for the punt.
And there's a good punt. And fair catch is called. And
Catch is called for.
Burke will start at the 17-yard line.
At the 17-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the 17-yard line.
Looks like Burke's going to be on the 18th. Sorry, the 18th yard line. And with one person back, a lot of wide receivers out there.
Same formation we've seen all night.
Yeah.
Just trying to give it to Burks to run their way to another touchdown. But
Burks with the carry.
Westside needs to stop that.
Varsity
That was one of the
on
best jobs Westside's done of stopping that all night. I mean, keeping him to only 2 yards.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7 from the 20-yard line.
So
We have
another
another handoff.
handoff to Burks. Burks has got room.
He
He's
breaks
got
free.
too much room. And he is still going.
Yeah, that's something we've seen all too often tonight. He keeps breaking through, and there's nobody to stop him.
His yard after contact has been incredible
Burks on the
tonight.
carry,
It
gain
has.
27.
He's just bouncing off people and just
1st and 10
continuing to
from the
run.
47-yard line.
So, same formation we've seen. Screen
Fake
pass.
pass. He's going
Oh,
long.
he's going to go deep. And pass interference is going to be called.
on number 12, Joe Stegman.
Flag off the play. Pass intended.
Yeah, it just didn't look like he turned around until after the ball was very close to getting there, and he had his arms on him the entire time.
Pass interference called against Stegman.
On the coverage. And pass interference is a call on the Warriors.
That's going to hurt him.
Yeah, that definitely hurts him. With 6 minutes left in the game,
Making a first
you
down.
can't be making small penalties like that. It's just something that, I don't know, needs to be cleaned up a little.
That was the first time Burke's taken a shot downfield pretty much all game.
Yeah,
It
other
looked
than
like
the,
desperation at the in the second quarter, but that was the first real shot that they took downfield. A fake screen pass, which they've been throwing occasionally
Another
tonight.
run.
So Burke's takes the hand off, and he's got nowhere to go this time.
He's still able to get 3 yards out of that, though, even when he has most of the team trying to tackle him.
Ball gain on the play for Burks. Gain of 2, second and 8 from the 36-yard line.
So down on
Another handoff.
and
Tyson Guzman takes him down.
at the 40. And that should bring him third
Burks
down,
on the line.
3rd and 10.
It's like,
3rd and 8 for 3rd and
Marks
whatever
on
the
line, 3rd and
referee
10
decided
from
to stop the
38-yard
ball.
line.
yeah, it's been spotted in about 3 different places, but it ended up being around 3rd and 10.
Westside needs to force a stop here. If they hope to stay in this game, we just get under the 5-minute mark,
Another handoff.
and Burke's finally brought down.
Burks again on the carry. Nielsen on the tackle. 4th and 8 from the 36-yard line. And it looks like the winning unit will take the field for the Bulldogs.
So Burke plans to punt the ball here from Westside's 36.
Late meeting with the punt.
Swaggart's
And back deep will be number
back
1.
at the 10.
Schwager
Return.
for the Warriors.
Delay game on Burke. That's just going to make this punt more manageable for them.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to kick it with a little bit more power and not have to worry as much about
Yeah, now you're not
consequences.
as worried about kicking it soft, but you're able just to punt it and put all of your power into it, and it still should be pretty close to the.
So Westside
Goal line.
declines the penalty. Maybe they accepted it.
Looks like they accepted it.
Punts.
Into the end
Into the
zone.
end zone, touchback. Just what Westside was looking for.
Yeah, there's not that much of a better outcome of that than a touchback.
Penalty flag on the play.
Got a flag down by the 40-yard line on the top of your screen, almost at top of the field. I'm waiting the call from the officials. And flag has been
No
waived.
penalty on the play.
No penalty.
First and 10 for the Warriors from their own 20-yard line.
So Westside first and 10 from their own 20. Offense is back on the field.
Yeah. It'd be nice if they started looking again like they did in the second quarter. Or third quarter, rather.
Clouds. Shotgun. Screen pass complete. Stegman up the sideline. Stegman's got room to run. And he's out around 38.
Yeah, that's the play that they need. It's a pretty quick play, and he got out of bounds.
Westside going to run the no huddle now, trying to conserve their timeouts in case they get the ball back.
That's right. First and 10 from the
Ball spotted,
37-yard
last
line.
name called.
Another throw to Stegman.
Same play, opposite side.
And the
Stegman with the
And
reception. Flag on the
there
play.
is a penalty around. It looks like it might be on Clip Schweiger for a holding. And I think it is.
yeah, it's holding a number 1, Caleb Schweiger, and he does not agree with that call.
That's going to back Westside up, and that's going to hurt him there. That was a good gain by Stegman.
Yeah.
So now, first and 20.
And a replace first down. First and 16 from the 31-yard line.
Or first and 16 for Westside.
Yeah.
Cloud snaps, drops back. He's going to run. Still throw the ball to Schweiger. And Schweiger's out of bounds around the 41.
Schweiger able to pull it in.
Yeah, it seems to be working with the shorter passes to the sides.
And a gain of
They've
11
been
on
really
the play.
successful with that this drive. They just should
Second and
continue
5
doing
from the
that.
40-yard line.
Westside playing the sidelines, trying to conserve clock and not waste their timeouts. Take a shot downfield. And almost caught. Yeah, this was intended for Packett.
Just out of the hands of Packett. That was a tough throw and catch going into 2 defenders. And you had 2 defenders covering that, and that's just hard throw and catch.
Pass is intended for Packett. It is incomplete. 3rd and 5.
So we have 3rd and 5 coming up. Pass completed to number 1, Caleb Schweiger, and tackled from behind at around 49-yard line.
Tackle made from
That should move the chains.
Isaac. And not before another Warrior. And try first and 10 from the 50-yard line.
3:15 ticks left to play. And a drop pass by Jaden Coles.
Just out of the hands of Jaden
Pass is
Coles.
incomplete.
Looked as if he turned to run before he had the ball in his hands.
Second down from the 50-yard line.
So, second and 10. Clouds, empty backfield. Steps up to
For the
Scrapple.
run.
He's got room to run. He's got a first down.
Looks like he got the first down. Oh, no, the spot does not look like he's going to get the first down. Oh, just short of the first down. So it'll be 3rd and just a couple of inches here.
3rd and 1, and the quarterback keeper will be enough
That should
for
get him the
another
first down.
Warrior.
Westside moves the chains. And
They need to work quick with 2 minutes and 46 seconds left on the clock.
see, they've got to score.
First and 10 from the 38-yard
They've
line.
got to force a stop or a turnover. And then they've got to score again. And Whiteman drops the pass. Just it seems like a lot of plays tonight have just been so close to making these plays.
Yeah, it's been
But
just out of the
just
hands of
slips.
the receivers.
Just so close or it just slips through their fingertips.
Timeout, Burke. Timeout.
So Burke will call a timeout.
At 2:41 left on the clock, and Burke's going to call a timeout. Ball's going to be on the 38-yard line.
So Westside is in 4 down territory. And they will line up with 5 receivers. Louts is a shotgun with an empty backfield.
Yeah.
He's going to drop back. Burke brings rush, steps up, and makes that mercy throw.
And there's
the
pass interference.
Is going to be called.
Penalty flag on the play.
That is a huge flag in favor of Westside, and that's going to help them out a lot.
Yeah, that was being
But
thrown.
we have 2 flags on the play.
That was being thrown into 3 defenders, and one of them having to push Joe Stegman.
2 flags on the play, one around the line of scrimmage, one around where the ball was intended to be thrown. Personal foul on Westside.
Ineligible
receiver.
Offense. Pass interference on the defense, offsetting penalty.
That's the second time that's been called tonight.
Replay, second down.
There's been a lot of penalties that don't need to be called for both teams tonight.
That could be easily fixed. So the penalties offset each other. It's second down. All that boy did was waste time. Shovel pass to Parsonage. Parsonage up at the,
Finds a hole on the side.
and he's going to get out of bounds.
Taken down around.
Laid out.
Yeah, he's
around
laid out around the
26.
26-yard line.
Westside.
Parsonage with
2
the
minutes
carry.
and 30 seconds
Enough for
left.
another Warrior. That's right, first and 10 from the 26-yard line.
So Parsonage steps in the backfield to be an extra blocker, and Schwaggart
Makes the catch.
makes the catch in the back of the end zone. Westside's going to score here.
Incredible catch by Schwager.
What a play by Schwaggart. He stepped up right there. 2:12 left, Westside 27, Burke 35.
Yeah, they kind of turned it back into a game.
Monster Swigert good for 6.
So Jack Bush is going to be on to attempt the PAT.
Jack
Westside
Bush on for the point after.
not trying to go for 2. They know it's a 2-score game no matter what. Flag on the play. And it looks like Burke didn't get a player off.
Yeah, they
There's
just
like 12 men on the field during the time of this play started.
just didn't get him off by the time they snapped the ball.
And that's what it is.
Illegal substitution against the Bulldogs.
Westside declines.
Retry.
And Bush will retry
For the point after, excuse me.
PAT.
And it's up
And
and
it is
good.
up and
Good for
good.
Bush.
So Westside
2:12 to go
trails
here.
28-35.
With 2 minutes and 12 seconds left in the game. Yeah, they don't have much time. They're going to need a quick stop here, and then a really quick touchdown.
Now, do you try to onside kick it here, or do you go with one of the high kicks like you've done in the past? Because the high kick has almost worked out for him, but it's also giving up a touchdown on it.
Yeah, I could see advantages to both. The onside kick, if they get it, I mean, that's really good. And they have really good field position going into it. But if they don't, Burke has really good field position. And with the high kick, I mean, you're not going to have as good of a chance to get the ball, but you're also getting better field position. You're giving Burke worse field position.
And it's a matter of 10 yards,
Yeah.
really. So I think you go for the onside, which is what Burke is prepared to defend against. And if Westside ends up getting it, that would be a huge momentum shift.
It really would. Especially with Westside only being down by 7. That would be very big.
So Westside lines up to kick. And Burke recovers.
Yeah.
Not the result Westside was looking for. Burke sets the ball at the 50.
Just filled that ball and fell on it. That's what you want to do with an onside kick. And you eliminated the opportunity of Westside getting the ball. So they're right on the 50-yard line going into this drive. And Westside's going to need to stop them fast and then get a really quick touchdown.
So Burke's just going to look to run the clock out here and run the ball, which is exactly what they do on this first play. Westside needs to get a stop, and they need to call timeout.
Taking down around the 42.
Westside calls timeout.
159.
They're down to the last with 159 remaining.
7 6. Around the 46.
Burke will just, they have no reason to take shots at the end zone. They just need to run the clock out.
Yeah, they do.
Westside still has a shot at winning this.
Yeah, it's getting slimmer and slimmer by the second, though. So they've got two running backs back.
Same formation we've seen from Burke all night.
Yeah, they've kept
Except they're
it.
going to run it. And that's exactly what it is.
And it looks like they're short of the first down by about 4 yards.
It's just going to be a third down Westside.
First with the Gary, gain of 2, so 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and that only took
Westside
about 5
calls-
seconds.
Westside burns their last timeout. 5 seconds elapse off the clock. And it is 3rd and 4.
Yeah, this is a big place for a stop here.
Now, in high school, the play clock is 5 seconds. If Burke, for the last second on these, if they don't make the first down, they have
An extra 25 seconds.
just 25 seconds to burn off the clock before they do punting it. Before they do punt it, which will give Westside about a minute to.
Yeah, they've got a minute to score, and it will be completely across the field.
And we've seen the Westside offense work fast. They scored on their opening drive in the second half in 2.5 minutes, but they're going to have to take some serious shots down the field.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if we saw. I could see. I mean, the entire game, Schweigert's been going deep, and I could see Jaden Cole's also be. He's one of their better wide receivers, and he'll be going deep as well.
And the thing is, Westside, if they do plan on playing that way, Westside will have to. They might have to leave Sam Parsons in the backfield in order to help combat the rush. So, false start is called on Burke. It's going to back him up even more and give Westside a better chance to stop it, but they still need to shut down.
Yeah, it'll be around 3rd and 9 going into this. So again, it's a lot more manageable for Westside to stop this, but it's still necessary.
So we need to shut down James Burke on this play.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's to the point where Burke decides they want to pass, and even if they do, that will incomplete. It can stop the clock.
Yeah.
Burke's going to waste their time out here. Had their receiver lined up on the wrong side. You can tell that due to the booth next to us.
Yeah. Burning a timeout here to replace to put their wide receivers on the other side, rather.
It's not the formation they wanted.
Yeah. And this late in the game, it's a matter of inches and a matter of getting the play off right. And I'm surprised that they didn't have that, especially coming out of a timeout.
Yep.
That's big, because that eliminates one of their timeouts. And this late in the game, that could be the difference in winning or losing.
It could very well be. So, Burke comes out 3rd and 9. They've got 2 receivers at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. It looks to be the same play, just with receivers on the other side.
Donnell Davis and Steven Eoli are on the screen.
Another
And
handoff.
handoff and full steam ahead.
Looks like they got the first down.
And that is just hard to stop right there.
Came at him like a bullet. Nothing really you could do to stop that.
From the 38-yard line.
So now Westside's chance of winning is just slimmed
It's just
drastically.
with each
They need to
second.
force a turnover right here.
Yeah, with each second it gets slimmer and slimmer, and now receivers going to the other side. Another handoff. This time he's taken down right
That's
around
the
the line of
stuff they
scrimmage.
needed to have.
Goes
Now
around
Burke's
the
still going.
Taken down again around the 36-yard line.
And Westside's got an injured player at the 45.
2nd and 6 from the 34-yard line.
And
5 remaining here in the 4th quarter.
number 22, Sam Parsonage, went back, and he's limping off the field, but he's on his own power right now, which is very good. He doesn't have anybody helping him off the field. Yeah, so there's 1:05 left in the game clock, and I apologize again for the shaking on the screen. There's just a lot of stomping going on below us in the bleachers.
So, Westside, if they want to even have a chance, they're out of timeouts.
There. With 25-second game clock,
They
there's nothing they can do.
I believe they're out of timeouts. And they're going to need to force a turnover of some sort.
Yeah.
Burke lines up in victory formation.
Yeah, the clock's winding down. They're in victory formation, ready to take a kneel.
And this is going to do it.
Yep.
Westside put up a heck of a fight against this number 1 ranked Burke team. But when you look down, when you look back at it, I mean, Westside lost to James Burks.
Yeah, and honestly, the offense was only there for 1 quarter tonight for Westside. Yeah, it's just...
Couple turnovers in the wrong spot.
Yep. That's just some turnovers, and that's pretty much it. I mean, turnovers, and the defense wasn't able to stop him.
Well, a great game tonight here from Phelps Field.
So that's it from Phelps Field. I'm Joe Graves, and this is Ryan Atkins. Thank you for watching.
Bulldogs. Great job.